The spectacle of space travel and research was at the forefront of global interest and priorities during a time of economic boom, rapid globalization, and major advancements in technology during the later half of the 20th century. Throughout the intense battle of superiority that was the Cold War, it seemed rather unimportant to ask whether these endeavors were worth the cost, as most anyone at the time would have answered affirmatively. However, with the rise of individual representation and communication, the continued research of space has been called into question. Do the advantages really outweigh the disadvantages? To many, the end of the Space Shuttle program in 2011 signaled the end of the United States' space exploration. However, this was merely the beginning of a new age in research and development that's focused on cost reduction, building and strengthening partnerships, and learning as much as we can. Some of the primary benefits of space exploration are classified under the NASA-coined term spin-offs. Spin-offs are innovations developed with the purpose of aiding space travel that have many applications and uses on Earth as well. Some examples include memory foam, smoke detection, and magnetic resonance imaging. The continuation of these space programs bolsters the economies of the many countries that decide to fund them. In 2012, NASA Administrator Charles Bolden published a blog post about the Curiosity Mars rover, stating it's also important to remember that the $2.5 billion investment made in this project was not spent on Mars, but right here on Earth, supporting more than 7,000 jobs in at least 31 states. In addition to creating employment for individuals, these space programs return a profit of between $7 to $14 for every dollar invested into them. These space programs also have another benefit: education. These programs, especially after the construction of the International Space Station, have largely focused on working towards two main goals: making the workforce stronger and encouraging students to pursue STEM, or science, technology, engineering, and mathematics careers. Encouraging the youth to pursue high-level careers such as one in aeronautics will lead to a future of more highly educated individuals that are better equipped to engage in creating the solutions of tomorrow. Proponents of cutting funding for these programs often cite that space exploration gives humanity no direct benefit. There are many problems facing the Earth that still require solutions, and the resources spent on space research could be better allocated to impact humanity. While it's true that space exploration has graced mankind with the invention of Velcro, this wasn't one of the goals of such endeavors, but merely a byproduct of the research and development conducted to accommodate a man in a zero-gravity environment. While innovations such as these have a wide array of applications, one could argue that the development of such products could have been completed at a fraction of the cost if it had taken place independently of the space research. Earth already faces many pressing problems such as climate change and the global economic crisis. This crisis came about as a result of a long period of international financial instability, trade imbalances, and several local and regional crises, and it has resulted in an even greater uncertainty in the future economic stability of nations even as powerful as the United States. Concurrently, the entire planet is undergoing extreme and sudden climate change. This climate change has the potential to affect all life on Earth. Opponents of continued space research and exploration argue that with programs as impactful and widespread as these, governments worldwide should take better care to adequately prioritize the problems at hand, focusing more on our own terrestrial challenges rather than wasting time staring upwards. While opponents of continuing space research pose an enticing argument, the benefits of this continued research quite clearly outweigh whatever possible risks or drawbacks could occur. While funding these projects is expensive, NASA and private companies such as SpaceX are developing reusable rockets that can be recovered and refurbished for future missions. These new technologies have the potential to save NASA and the government millions of dollars per launch. NASA's focus on strengthening its relationship with private companies, especially within Florida, the nation's aeronautical capital, will only lead to further advancement and innovation, which will lead to further cost reduction, more efficient space travel, and continued research that will only benefit humanity, both in the long and short term. For further information regarding all things space travel, please visit www.nasa.gov/about.